welcome in to another crochet tutorial. Today, a little bit of something different. You'll need scissors, a needle, a 3.5 hook, and a couple of standard side sequins of your colour, which is optional. On top of that, you'll need some cream or white in DK and something that looks a little bit bready, a little bit pastryfied, also in DK. So let's get going. We are going to start off with our bready colour. And we are going to do a slip knot and make a chain of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In the third from the hook, 1, 2, 3, do a double crochet. Oops. And do that double crochet in each chain across. And when you get to the last chain, instead of doing just 1 double crochet, do 5. So I've just done 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now, instead of turning your work like we ordinarily would, sorry, frog in my throat, we are going to turn so the chain is on the top, and we're going to work again in that chain, but from the underside. So we're going to continue the double crochets into the next chain across, and 1 each until the end. There we are. From there, fasten off, because there we have made 1 arm. Now, we don't just want 1 arm. We want 1, 2, 3, and 4 arms. So make sure you do that 4 times, because we're going to need 4 arms. Next, we're going to start with a slip knot again. And we're going to chain 10 this time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And in the third from the hook, 1, 2, 3, another double crochet. And just like we did on the arms, double crochet all the way across your chain. Oops. So nice and easy. And again, when you come to the last chain, we want 5 in that last chain. So I've just done 1. There's 2. There's 3. 4. And 5. And if you want the written pattern for this, I will leave the link down in the description below, just above where I let you know about the price of the hanky markers, the HanKeys, my merch, and my affiliates. Turn the work again so the chain is on the up side, and in the next chain, double crochet. And just like we did with the arms, double crochet in each chain across, and don't get attacked by your tail like I am. Oops. All the way across. One more. Again, we're not wanting 1, we're wanting 4. And just so you can see the size difference, 1 arm, 1 leg, and so make 4. And there we have 4 legs. Set them aside. And now let's get on with the head. You're going to need to make a magic circle, magic ring, whatever you want to call it, and however you make it, that's what you need. A magic ring without the yarn splitting on you. And it's done it again. Dear me. Okay. Just take that tail out so it's not twisted. And then when you have your ring ready, place 2 chains. 1, 2, and from there do 14 double crochets into that ring. The chain does not count. We need to put 14 in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oops. 11, 12, 13, and 14. When you've done your 14th, take your tail and pull it all closed, and then place a slip stitch into the top of the starting chain. From here, chain another 2, 1, 2. Again, this does not count as a double crochet. In that same space, place 1 double crochet. In the next, 2 double crochets into the same stitch. Next, 1 double crochet. In the next stitch, 2 double crochets, and continue that pattern until you've completed your circle and you have 21 stitches. So you should have 21 double crochets when you make it all the way around. But don't do like I've just done and put a whole row of double crochets, because that doesn't work. So you're repeating 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. And now I've got cramp coming in, that's not fun. Two into the last, so I'm going to count and double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. And as before, in the top of the beginning chain, do a slip stitch to close it off and fasten off your circle. And once you've fastened off, make another 3, so you end up with 4. Ta-da! Now right now you're thinking, what the heck? Am I making a monster? Well, yeah, if you like. If you like. But before I sew in the ends, I will show you. The ruff. Ta-da! Okay. Now what you want to do is we're going to start with the head and the body. Now the reason why I haven't fastened off just yet is because it's a good thing to know where your slip stitch is that you ended. What we're going to do is attach this to this via the 2 stitches either side of the slip stitch, which would be that one and that one, that one and that one. Let's make that a little bit clearer, Lisa. So you've got your slip stitches touching. 1, 2 to 1, 2 and 1, 2 to 1, 2. So it's a good idea to leave a long enough tail I never do. It's very rare that I do. Okay, so just slip stitch. Oops. Doesn't matter if they're overly loose for the moment. Because we're going to rectify that in the end. And that one. So you will then have a figure 8, as it were. So take into the loose ends, weave them in where you can, and I'll meet you back in a moment. Oh, but do that with both head and body. So do that with both sets, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, when you have sewn them together, don't worry too much about the ends. I've done this pretty rough, and I've knotted them just as an extra precaution. But these are going to be on the inside because we're going to be putting the things together like that. So it doesn't matter too much as long as the front is nice and clean and lovely. And let's get some arms. So with the arms, you want to place them on in the join where the head meets the body. So literally in the join, one each side. So I'm going to grab where we finished off. And place the corner of that arm in the corner of my little man. And just do a simple, and it can only be simple because I'm not a sewer. If you want to make it neater, please, please, please do go ahead. But this is baked goods, not a fashion parade. So there is one arm. And what I'll do is go back into the crease to come on the other side. I'll just show you how I'm roughly finishing them off. Take this last one and take it all the way back. Like so. And then where I have two, I'm going to make a very small knot. And then not that it matters too much, but just take off the excess. So there we have one arm. And then of course you repeat for the other side. So again, I'm going into the corner where head meets body. Oops. And just very simply backwards and forwards through those couple of stitches. with one for luck, as it were. And then taking the end, take that all the way back to the beginning. I might have pulled that a little bit too tight. Oh my gosh, now I've got a holy gingerbread man. It'll rectify. I know we'll sort it out. It's okay. Not all is lost. I just pulled a little bit too hard, but it'll be okay. Okay. And of course, you need to do that with your other body and head. Put the other, there we go. Put the other arms onto the other body. Okay, when you have your bodies and arms, we need some legsies. So, of course, 2 legs each. Make sure you visualise them first. Now, to make it proper gingerbread-esque, don't have the legs separate, but make sure that the corners touch, because then it looks like it's just come straight out the cutter. So I'm going to start with this leggy over here. Just get it visualised again so I know where I'm starting. Okay. Again, nothing technical. If you can, do. If you can't, do simple. Okay, that's one leg. Now, exactly what I did with the arm. Let me double check. Yep, that's the front. So what I need to do is bring this through to the back. And this other tail here, I'm going to take up to meet it, just like I did with the arms. Without pulling too hard this time. And again, I'm going to knot it into place rather than weave ends in, but again, you attach how you find easier. I'm doing it this way because you don't have to be neat, because you've got the 2 facing. So that's the back, that's the front. So let's get his other leg on. Poor guy, I'm going right through his groin. In fact, I'm going to take it one over. I'm going to get it a little bit closer than that to the other leg. Sorry, mister. That's better. Okay. I'm doing nice and simple. And there's the other tail again. I'll just prep the needle because it's a shorter tail, so it's going to be harder. And bring it through without pulling too hard. And knot them together, which is very difficult with nails. There we go. And just take them off. And there's, no, he's fine. He's fine. He'll live. There's number one. Sort your arm out, mister. And now we need to do the second one. Once you have your 2 gingerbread men, then we'll take the cream or the white. And you only need a little bit, but keep hold of your needle, and we're going to just quickly put a couple of eyes on. Oops, I can't get. It's better. Thank you. So this is my back side, that is my front side. I'm just going to do a really nice simple like that. That's it. Put one the other side. Again, you don't have to be overly neat. Because on the back side we can just tie it off and it will be hidden when the 2 pieces are together. Yeah, great big grin. Okay, do the same for your other one. And now the fun begins. Well, when I say fun, it's a relative term, isn't it, really? If you have gingerbread men that your arms aren't quite in the same space, your legs aren't quite in the same space, don't worry, because this will sort everything out. So you make sure that your backs are together, so they are back to back. Let's cut your eye cords off. There we go. Severed sight. Okay. And then you start wherever you wish. I like to start at the head and go all the way around. Go into both stitches from both men and do a single crochet and continue, and I'm going to put that tail on the inside as well, so that was nicely quickly hidden. Professional, you know. Do a double crochet all the way around. Thankfully, there's no tricky stitches. And when you've got all the way around, in fact, I will meet you again as soon as I've come to here. I'll meet you back when I get into the crook of his neck on the other side. Okay, so here I am round by his neck. Now, this is something that isn't in the pattern, but I've thought, heck, I'm going to do that. Just before you close him up, grab some fill and make sure you stuff down into the legs. He doesn't need a lot of padding because it's only a gingerbread man. He's only got to look good enough to eat. Well, please don't eat him because it's not going to be healthy for you. I'm just using the handle of my hook. No special tools needed. Going to his arms. Just remember, don't overstuff if you are going to go down this route. I don't know what's made me want to go down this route, but I'm going with it. So making sure I get into his arms right to the ends. Squeeze them out. It's fine. Need a little bit more in one of his legs. It's a bit better. And now his tummy. Smidge more in his tum-tum. There we go. And then in his noggin, just to give a little bit of oomph to him. Just a tiny little bit more, just to make sure. There we go. And then finish off the single crochets. Oops. Yes, it's a little bit fiddly sometimes, but it's okay. Just be patient and persist. A little bit like the drunkards outside my window. They're very persistent. Oops. Go on in. Thank you. All the way around. Oh, your stuffing's coming out, mate. There you go. And last one, and just slip stitch into there. Gonna cut there, fasten off, and then I am going to bring that inside him, so don't worry too much. But then, if you wish, If you choose to do sequins, you may want to put them on as you wish. But this is my gingerbread bear. Bear? Well, can be if you like. But gingerbread man, gingerbread woman, gingerbread, does it matter? Nom 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 nom. I would love to know if any of you give this a go. I really would like to see. If you're willing, if you wish, please give it a go. And maybe send me an email with a picture. My email's down below. Hopefully, I will see you next time. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.